On the 4th of December, police were responding to a 911 report from the North Burlington Street in Arlington. When the police arrived, they were met with James Yoo, firing almost 40 individual flares from his house into the street. They attempted to communicate with James, and after being met with zero response, they went to enter the property with a search warrant. James was in an escalated state of paranoia and began opening fire on the officers. The standoff continued until 8:45 p.m. when the house suddenly exploded. The police are still digging through the remains of the house, and it is presumed that James was the only fatality. 3 others were confirmed to have minor injuries. James was using flares, so emergency service cut the gas supply to the house. The cause of explosion is still being investigated. To understand the steps that led up to this, we will have to explore a little bit into James's background. No one really understands the reasoning behind the explosion, the flares or the gunfire, but it is believed that everything started with marital problems, and his mental health starting to slowly collapse more so. After he began to show early signs of alcohol withdrawal in 2015, his wife was concerned about his behavior at the time and booked him into a hospital in Rochester, New York. He finalized his treatment and denied having any suicidal thoughts. Shortly before he was released, he claimed that his wife brought him there against his will. This is where his paranoia started to grow. After he was discharged, he started the process of filing multiple lawsuits against judges, lawyers, doctors, and his own family for conspiring to work against him. In March 2017, his wife divorced him, and he was ordered to pay $80,000 for her share of the marital home. Between the divorce and battle with alcoholism, he began to seclude himself. In the months leading to his death, he began posting regularly on LinkedIn and other social media platforms around government conspiracies. In the final weeks leading up to his death, he was convinced that his next-door neighbors were spies who were keeping a close eye on him, fully confident that they have an ulterior motive. Police are continuing to investigate the motive behind the explosion. James quickly made a lot of grievances through his lawsuits and posts to social media, which could have made some enemies. The investigation is looking into any possible link between the grievances and the explosion. Although this may seem like a conspiracy theory, some people do believe that he is actually still alive. His profession was a security specialist, and with his growing paranoia, they believe that he may have potentially faked his own death to escape reality. In my own opinion, James was unwell. Between his ongoing issues with alcohol, losing his job and his wife, he was at a loss. The world seemed like it was against him. In his vulnerable state, he started to believe it. There is a lot of speculation, but the one thing we do know for sure is that James was struggling. It is so easy to lose touch of reality when everything falls apart. I honestly hope that he has found peace.